The firefighters and the police department began a fierce confrontation. The tank surprisingly charged into Apu's convenience store. It was the day of the Springfield parade and the unveiling of a statue. Kent first invited the first car to appear in the parade.
This ad was a bad call, man.
Next, the police department sent out a tank. This was the most expensive security vehicle in the city.
Days in wonder at America's debt. We loved you, Officer Puff and Stuff. Thank you.
The fire department, on the other hand, had Krusty take the wheel. He completely overshadowed the police department's appearance. Wiggum was very displeased at being outdone by them. At this moment, Bart sensed the tension in the air. He immediately sprayed water at Wiggum. This infuriated Wiggum even more. He turned around and declared war on the fire department. The fire department showed no fear. They launched their ultimate weapon, foam. This caused the tank to skid and lose all control. It then crashed straight into Apu's convenience store. Apu had just breathed a sigh of relief that he was unharmed. But in the next moment, his store was reduced to rubble. Homer glared angrily at Bart. Bart denied being responsible for it. He even claimed Homer had no proof. However, Homer happened to have captured the entire scene on camera.
Ay, caramba! What are you gonna do, man?
Homer threatened Bart that if he handed over the evidence, he would rot in prison. But he would only agree to this if Bart promised never to prank again. But Bart argued that if he kept pranking as an adult, he would just become a criminal.
Promise me?
I promise!
That day, Milhouse asked Bart to join him in pranking Skinner. But after remembering the evidence was in Homer's hands, Bart refused. Skinner was busy folding the national flag. William suddenly felt thirsty and went off to get some water. Taking advantage of this, Milhouse and Bart snuck to the car. Milhouse planned to release the car's handbrake to send Skinner tumbling into the abyss. But Bart placed a brick against the car's tire. He also announced that Milhouse was officially the bad boy of Springfield.
And I am up to the task! Oh!
Later, Homer and Marge visited Apu in the hospital. Apu's brother urged him to face reality. The store was destroyed, and he'd been wanting to work elsewhere for a long time. He even gave his share of the convenience store to his son, Jamshed. Jamshed would rebuild the store. 6 weeks later, a new convenience store was built on the same spot. Jamshed even came out to proudly show it off to Apu.
No! Disco Stew is in denial with you.
Jamshed had completely upgraded the store. Even the robbers had become more sophisticated.
I'm afraid I must relieve you of your spare cash and a nice bottle of gin. Ah, Mrs. Peel, shall we?
Apu was very unhappy with the store's upgrades. He invited Jamshed to a private chat in the restroom.
You have a restroom?
No!
Jamshed revealed that he had seen Apu frantically scratch off lottery tickets, one after another, without any rationality. In the end, he didn't win a single one. To cover the huge losses, Apu had transferred his share of the store to his father. Now, Jamshed owned 80% of the convenience store, so he could make any changes he wanted. Apu was now working as a cashier. Mo was shocked when he saw this. Apu vented to him. At this moment, Jamshed entered. Seeing Apu chatting during work hours, he fired him on the spot. Mo felt guilty and invited Apu for a drink at the bar. Carl thought they needed to help Apu get the store back.
Okay, let's see,
Mo thought they could have Bart help Apu by turning the shiny new store back into its old, messy state, but Homer had already turned Bart into a good kid. At this moment, Lenny said that Homer shouldn't just think of himself, because Apu had always looked after them. Apu also said he had never cheated them out of money.
I got there late, and all that was left was a bag of ice, and they played the clip on CNN for a week.
So Apu had to try to please Homer and promised to sell him the first Christmas card.
Oh, gee, I guess you guys are gonna have to buy more beers.
That night,
Bart.
Homer drunkenly returned home.
Bart.
He asked Bart if he could help Apu with a prank. Bart didn't understand since Homer had previously told him not to prank, and he now enjoyed a quiet life. Homer also felt that Bart had finally turned a new leaf, so he turned and left.
Dad,
Yes?
Bart's mischievous side seemed to have been awakened. The next morning, Bart and Milhouse arrived near the convenience store. Because the food would spoil without refrigeration, Bart decided to cut the store's power for 30 seconds. Lisa came over to stop him, but he stubbornly pulled the power switch. The food inside the store immediately started to spoil. People hurriedly fled the store. In fact, they kind of missed the food with preservatives in it. At this moment, Bart restored the power in an attempt to destroy the evidence. However, the hot massage stones collided and sparked, setting the whole store on fire. As the firefighters prepared to put out the fire, they realized they had used up all their water during the parade.
Oh, let's get out of here!
you're simply the best!
The convenience store was reduced to a pile of ruins. Apu felt extremely guilty, believing that his jealousy was to blame for everything. Just then, he spotted a lottery ticket. He paid Jamshed $2, but there was nothing to scratch off. Then, he noticed a coin.
Use me, Apu. Make my life worth something.
Apu immediately began scratching the lottery ticket, hoping to turn his fortunes around. This time, he finally won the jackpot. He used the money to rebuild the store. Homer happened to be the first customer. Apu told Homer that he had finally found a sense of belonging. Homer was happy to have helped him, and even pushed his son onto a different path. To thank Homer, Apu gave him an oversized golden ice cup and promised him free refills for life. Homer asked how much all of this would cost.
About $3.
This time, it was Ralph who drove the tank.
I thought it was pretend.
The mayor gathered everyone to announce the destruction of the statue. He told Wiggum to get ready and fire.
Damn it!